Hi friends, good morning. A big namaste to you all. Hope you all doing fine. We are halfway through 2021 and in my new video I am going to talk about the South Indian suspense thrillers released during this period. If you are a lover of suspense crime thrillers and if you haven't watched any one of these, you can give it a try. Friends, if you like this video, please hit on the subscribe button for more such videos and please don't forget to leave your comments on the comment section below. So let us start with the list of the thrillers. No points for guessing, friends. First in the list is Drishyam 2, sequel to Drishyam, which was released in almost all the languages and was a major success. Here we have Jeetu Joseph and Mohanlal back in action and they are able to recreate the magic that they did in Drishyam. The fantastic factor is that they are able to retain the same star cast, which provides superb continuity. The story starts from where it ended in Drishyam. When the case is reopened, how George Kutty saves his family forms the basic plot of the movie. Here we have superb performances from the entire star cast with Mohanlal and Meena leading the show. Tight script and of course mind-blowing climax makes Drishyam a worth watch. Surely not to be missed. The next in my list is Malayalam political thriller Nayattu. Directed by Martin Prakat, the movie stars Kunchako Boban, Joji George and Nimisha Sajayan. It is about three cops on the run after an incident. Things get worse for them when they become victims of a dirty political game. This is fast-paced and thought-provoking. There are some harsh and disturbing twists in the climax that would haunt you and make you sit and think about the corrupt system. In addition, this thriller is visually stunning and brilliant performances from Joji George, Kunchako Boban and Nimisha Sajayan makes this really a worth watch. The next in my list is a Malayalam crime thriller Joji. Directed by Dilesh Pothan, the movie stars Fahad Fazil, Onimaya Prasad, Babu Raj and others. It is about a guy named Joji who is treated like one of those fit-for-nothing characters by his entire family. His father keeps insulting him all the time, but Joji has another face. What happens when he starts showing his other face and what would be the impact on the family? The fantastic part of the thriller is that everything seems to be natural here. Right from the performance from the entire star cast, the sequence, the overall setting, it gives an impression that you are witnessing something in your neighborhood. The thriller is gripping and unsettling. There are several factors that make Joji a worth watch, but it is Fahad Fazil's outstanding performance that stands out. Moving on to the next movie, we have Tamil suspense thriller Kabadadaari, directed by Pradeep Krishnamurthy. The movie stars Sibi Satyaraj, Nazar, Jayashankar and Nandita. This movie is a remake of Kannada thriller Kabadadaari. The Telugu version Kabadadaari, which was released around the same time, has Sumant in a leading role. It is about a traffic cop who is more interested in the investigation part. When he finds something interesting at the metro construction site, he takes up that case. He seeks help from a senior officer who had previously worked a lot on the same case. The movie is suspenseful right from the first scene. It has an unusual plot, very interesting characters, brilliant background score, and of course, whole lot of suspense. There are some very well shot sequences in the movie. The Telugu suspense thriller Red is next in my list. Directed by Kishore Tirumala, the movie stars Ram Pothineni, Amrita Iyer, Malavika Sharma, and Nivetha Peturaj. It is about a cold-blooded murder and the involvement of identical twins. Among the twins, one of the characters is a decent guy and the another one is exactly opposite, keeps getting involved in small-time crimes. Ram Pothineni steals the show, playing both the characters to perfection. This movie keeps you guessing all the time and an outstanding climax will leave you satisfied. By the way, this is a remake of Tamil thriller Thadam. Moving forward, we have the Malayalam horror thriller The Priest. Here we have Mammootty playing the lead role of the priest who is able to communicate with the dead people. After solving the case of serial suicides in an affluent family, Father Benedict finds the behavior of this little girl Ameya really strange. What happens when Father Benedict starts following this lead forms the rest of the story. There's a major twist just before the interval point, and the second half is engaging with a whole lot of suspense and some really scary moments. There are some decent performances from the entire team led by Mammootty, the Manju Warrior and Baby Monica. If you are a lover of suspense horror thrillers, The Priest is definitely for you. The next in my list is the Kannada action comedy Hero. Directed by M. Bharatraj, the movie stars Rishabh Shetty, Ganavi Lakshman and others. Here we have Rishabh Shetty playing the title role of Hero. Our hero, who is a barber, gets an opportunity to visit this sadistic gangster living in a beautiful house somewhere in an estate and a big gang supporting him ferociously. There is a big twist when Hero finds his ex-girlfriend married to this gangster, and that's not all. How he is going to handle the further twist that includes his ex-lover, gangster, and his ferocious gang forms the plot. First half of the movie has multiple twists and good comedy, whereas second half is an out-and-out action thriller. Background music by B. Ajanish Loknath is simply amazing. The movie has some brilliant visuals. So, solid performance by Rishabh Shetty and superb execution makes Hero a pretty decent action comedy. The next in the list is the Telugu crime thriller Nandi. Directed by Vijay Kanak Medalla, the movie stars Allari Naresh and Varalakshmi Sharat Kumar. It is about an innocent guy who is arrested for the murder of a famous personality. Once he is behind the bars, there are forces that make sure that he doesn't get out in spite of his continued efforts. After spending about 5 years in the prison, he finds some hope when an young energetic lawyer approaches him. Allari Naresh has been outstanding in this crime thriller. With a realistic approach, especially during the first half of the movie, Section 211, a crucial factor in the main plot, Nandi proves to be a decent crime thriller. The next in the list is Malayalam psychological thriller Kala. Directed by Rohit V.S., the movie stars Tovino Thomas, Sumesh Moore, Lal and others. Shaji lives with his small family somewhere in the middle of an estate. His father doesn't like him, the reason being is his failed business venture. On a rainy day, there are some laborers coming to the estate for some specific work, and what happens next forms the rest of the story. The first half of the movie is suspenseful with fantastic background score, and the second half turns out to be a violent affair with characters adopting a sadistic approach. What caused this extreme behavior? Is it ego, revenge, some psychological issues? Well, Tovino Thomas delivers a knockout performance. Sumesh Moore is simply first rate. Kala offers a lot of psychological suspense and is a feast for action lovers. We have the Malayalam suspense thriller Nizhal appearing next in the list. Directed by Appu and Bhattathiri, the movie stars Kunchako Baban and Nayattu. It is about a boy who has a different story to tell. In his story, he mentions about a murder, clearly giving details about the name of the place and the manner in which crime was committed. This has been brought to the notice of a child psychiatrist, and she narrates the same to her friend John Baby. He takes up the case, and when he starts investigating, a lot of interesting things are discovered. What happens next forms the rest of the story. The fantastic thing is that it keeps you guessing all the time about the nature of suspense. It can be a complicated murder mystery, involvement of some supernatural thing, or psychological suspense. The first half of the movie is highly engaging and fast-paced. In spite of some flaws in the execution and script, especially during the second half, the lovers of suspense cinema can still go for it for the promising and suspenseful plot. The next in my list is the Malayalam psychological thriller Irul. Directed by Nasif Yusuf Isuddin, the movie stars Fahad Fazil, Subin Shahir and Darshana Rajendran. It is about a couple who plan a short weekend vacation, and unfortunately for them, their car breaks down in the middle of a forest. They see a beautiful and an isolated house, and to their sheer surprise, there is somebody to welcome them. What happens when the couple start conversation with a stranger forms the core plot. It is good to see how the conversation taking place between the three characters keeps the viewer guessing. Full marks to the director for creating those tense moments using only three characters. Fahd Fazil is superb and carries the movie on his shoulders with a lot of intensity. In addition, the movie has some brilliant visuals. When there is a power failure and the entire room is lit with candles, the view is simply stunning. The next in my list is a Telugu crime thriller Mosagallu, directed by Jeffrey Chin. The movie stars Vishnu Manchu, Kajal Agarwal, Sunil Shetty and Navdeep. It is based on the true events about the call center scammers who managed to loot huge amount of money from the Americans. Arjun, who is a normal middle class guy working for a call center, makes some money by selling his clients' data. He is noticed by his boss who comes up with an offer, but Arjun thinks really big. He comes up with different strategies of looting Americans and it starts working really good for them. They start making huge amount of money. Everything goes smoothly until an officer back in the US and an honest Indian cop start chasing them. If it was not a real life incident, it would have been really hard to believe this, taking into account that the crimes were committed openly. It is even scary to think how an ordinary person can be easily cheated using technology. Vishnu Manchu and Kajal Agarwal put a good show in this crime thriller. Sunil Shetty is first rate. Friends, if you like this video, please hit on the subscribe button and please leave your comments on the comment section below. Have a nice day and thank you.